everybody, it's Cross 1290 coming with you with some more Skies of Arcadia. And in the last episode, we made it to the village, or the upper half of the village. We explored the top half of the village and we climbed ladders. Yes, all those long ladders. And then we also figured out what we have to do next. And that is to go to Shrine Island. Hey Vice, I heard you're going to Shrine Island today. To get to Shrine Island, you need to sail north of here, but be careful. There's all sorts of monsters out there. One more thing. Now our moonberries. Yes, he's going to talk about moonberries, but I don't really care about moonberries right now. So yeah, we're going to our first dungeon of the game, Shrine Island. I hope you guys are excited as I am, because I recorded this and I was having the most funnest of times. And I recorded everything at once. The entire dungeon all at once. I'm not going to spoil anything what it is, but let's depart for Shrine Island. And what this brings us into more sailing. Yes, this is how you're going to get from point A to point B throughout the game, is from ship. Now this is not going to be our main ship for the whole story. We will be getting a better ship later, and we'll be getting an even better ship later. But right there is Shrine Island, and we are almost there. Oh my god, random encounter! Alright, so what do we have today that wants to kill us on our mini ship? Alright, looks like we have a new enemy, a Maracoa, or I think that's how you say it. I'm just gonna call these things shells, because they have shells on their backs. Or I could call them Mars. I don't know. But this is a new enemy here. You could encounter them before you enter the first part, before you enter Pirate Isle. But I would not recommend you start grinding off enemies until you get the Pirate Isle, so you can buy all the new equipment. And right there, those gaslings do have a surprise up their sleeve. They know how to life tap you, and it does a lot of damage. And right here, our new enemy here, they have a lot of defense, so these guys are really threatening because our attacks are doing almost barely nothing to it. I got lucky here and did a critical strike on it, and that still did 69 damage. Now I don't know if I'm under leveled or anything, but damn, these guys are really defensive. I know on my last playthrough they weren't this defensive. I just must not have all the right equipment, because I didn't buy any accuracies, or I didn't buy redhead anything because I didn't have the money. I feel bad, but oh well, it really doesn't affect my progress throughout the game. So yeah, there's Shrine Island. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass it up. Bye Shrine Island, it was nice knowing you. We're gonna do you a later time. I'd rather go to this merchant ship all the way back here. Now, another cool thing about this game is that there are going to be other ships in the sky, and you can go talk to them. And later in the game, we'll be randomly fighting off bad guy ships. Yes, we will be getting the ship fighting, but not until way later. But ignoring all that, let's just get straight into Shrine Island. Yeah! This is my favorite part of the game. This is where things get real, and this is where we see that this game becomes extremely fun. And look at that hole. The moonstone must have caused that. It must be huge. Actually, look, the water's flowing in. In the old world, this island was a scarce place. These ruins used to be a sort of temple. Yeah, I heard stories about this place too. I heard that there's monsters crawling all around. But the moonstones are big and rare. We gotta go in and get it. You know I can't pass up on a treasure hunt. Besides, how bad can it be? Oh, how bad can it be? How bad can it be? I recommend you save this and are at least level 4 like I am. Because, how bad could this be? This place is not easy. It's the small dungeons, and the only thing that you have to worry about is all the monster encounters you're gonna be running in. There are no puzzles. It's just one straightforward path to the end, but you just gotta relax and worry about all the monsters you're gonna be encountering, which I'll be showing off here. And whoa, this is how the inside of the tower looks, and look, the water's flowing in. Now I don't know how this doesn't flood the next floor, but oh well. Oh my god, look at the moonstone. Of course it'd be at the very bottom. Wow, it's so bright. That must be where the moonstone. So Vice, what's your plan on getting out of there? The water is getting pretty deep. Now, if you say swim down to the bottom, Redhead's going to say that she can't swim, and that plan's a no-go. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to drain the water. And how are we going to drain the water? Well, you'll find out right now, because as you see, there are doors all over the place. We could use the doors as drains. Now, how will we get to these doors? That's where our exploring techniques come in. Now, after this dialogue, we finally get control and walk throughout our first dungeon. And we won't be seeing a monster encounter for a long while here, because I don't know how I even stop and try to find a monster. Like right here, I even try to find a monster, but none of them pops up out at me until I climb the stairs. Yes, they want to ambush you on the stairs, or they'd rather ambush me on the stairs so that they could have the higher ground here. But as you see here, we have a new enemy. We have a Falisk. Falisk are going to be your top priority kill of this dungeon. And there are three new enemies in this dungeon, along with those show guys from outside. Now the top priority of this dungeon of monsters you want to kill are those snakes. And for reasons why, because when they attack you, they will almost instantly put you to sleep almost every time. So yeah, once they bite you, they don't even need to cast a spell. They just bite you and you fall asleep. Now, sleep in this game isn't too threatening, because if you get attacked, you'll wake up instantly. So yeah, it's not that bad. I wouldn't recommend wasting your spells or items to heal through that element. Unless you've been asleep for a long time and the enemy can't put you asleep almost all the time through its attacks. But yeah, that was our first battle, guys. Battle 1 of Shrine Island. And we're almost level 5. Yippee! And we almost learned our first ice move. Yay! Now let's continue along here. Along the dreaded path to our next door here. Now how is going up is going to help us going down? How would that work? And this is the only path we got. And apparently we have more snakes and a looper. I'm not even going to risk it. We're just going to kill those snakes, because those snakes are a pain if they get to attack.
Give me strength.
So yeah, there are going to be a lot stronger enemies that we can't kill in one hit. The next two enemies that we encounter, or the two new enemies that we encounter, are no joke. But the snakes still pull off to be a higher threat because they're the only enemies that could put you to sleep. Now one of the new enemies can put you on confusion, like you can start attacking your own teammates or even attacking yourself. But that is no threat yet, because I think sleep is a bigger threat, because it makes one of your characters waste a turn, and they could also put you on a loop of sleep. All they have to do is keep attacking you. Now we come outside to the top of the temple, and what's this crystal thing? Oh my god, shiny must touch. Oh no, it's going in. Did I break it? I think I broke it. I broke it, guys. See, don't touch shiny objects, you break them. And I broke it. I'm sad. I broke the shiny object. And breaking that shiny object just broke the temple. I mean, look at that. The temple came all the way down to the bottom. I'm so sorry, temple gods. Don't hurt me. It was shiny. I couldn't help myself. I just wanted to touch it. And right here we got some Sacri Crystals. Sacri Crystals, yeah, and I believe I used one of them here. No, I don't. I just want to be a show-off. Jesus Christ. Show-offs. Now, that's the only thing important out here. The other side has nothing important except debris or trash in our way. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys a fun story. I made this video last night, like at 1 o'clock in the morning, because I was bored and then went and didn't have nothing else to do. And I ended up going through this entire dungeon in like 45 minutes, because I had like about 20 encounters that we will not be seeing here, because I do cut through them. And right here is an introduction to back attacks on us. And this is a horrible way to start off with a new enemy. And see, the random attacks will put you to sleep. That's why you want these snakes to die first. And right there we have a new enemy, the Seeker. These guys are the most ridiculously strong enemies of the dungeon. If you want to know what the powerhouse enemy is in this dungeon, it's the Seeker. The Seeker will do way too much damage to you. And I would recommend you kill the Seeker second, but later in this dungeon we will be going outside and the Seeker is replaced with a new stronger enemy. Oh my god! That's what I said when she lived through this. Yes, I almost lost Redhead of my carelessness. But anything to get rid of that Seeker first, because that Seeker is a pain. That Seeker does like way too much damage. And it also has some pretty good defense. I don't think it has I think it has as much defense as the shell monster. But yeah, let's me just waste an item here to heal Arcadia, and luckily I go first because item has a higher priority in the game, which is really good. So we heal this girl up to full, and I'm lucky enough that the snakes run away, but that's not lucky at all. The snakes could run away like the loopers. And they do most of the time, but they don't have as high of a running chance as the looper, because they will save fight unless they're like the last one or they know they're going to lose the fight. But it makes me sad when monsters run, because I lose out on the experience. I don't mind taking an extra turn to take care of them, unless I'm like about to die and hope they do run away. Like there, I mean that was pretty close. Hopefully I don't get that close again. And right here, that was our first cut. I don't know what battle that was, but apparently it wasn't important. I didn't want to have too many battles throughout this game, because there was like 20 or more encounters, so yeah, so that monster was not important. We just breezed through it, and right here, this is where we're going outside. Yay, we're heading outside. I don't know how this works. I didn't see any structures outside the island, or unless this is under the island, which I didn't go under. But yes, there is a new enemy outside, which you'll be encountering in every encounter, and that's this fish thing. Now this fish thing is not as threatening as a Seeker, but the fish, and I mean the fish, has a lot more health and defense. Or a lot more health than any of the monsters you fought so far. So yeah, they're not that threatening. They're still pretty tough. They're the toughest enemies out here. And my recommendation when you fight these fish monsters, because most of the time they're never alone. They either have these shell monsters or the snakes with them. I would recommend you take care of those extra enemies first. Snakes are still the top priority. The fish isn't going to be the fish isn't too much of a threat if you have extra monsters. So right here I just clean out the extra monsters. Now this fish does have a lot of health, and it's going to take you a few hits to do too much damage to it. I mean, look at that, it still has more than halfway, and we already did our big attacks on it. Die, you shell monster, die and disappear, disintegrate in thin air. Now right here, and I'll show off, look at that, 16 damage. Why is Redhead so weak? I don't know why Redhead is so weak. It's probably because I didn't buy her new boomerang, and that really doesn't help at all. You want to get Redhead new items. A cool fact about these fish things, that they do have a chance to drop a really strong boomerang for Redhead. And I mean, it's the strongest boomerang you have even encountered. It's stronger than the Sword's boomerang. And sadly, I don't get it throughout this dungeon, but they do have a chance to drop her an awesome boomerang for her. But luckily, we do not get it. Or not, unluckily, we do not get it. And we gain experience and magic points. So guys, as we continue along through the outside, I can see that the video is ending. This is the first part of the dungeon, and there will be another part. So I shall see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did.